Hi, I'm here with PAX News, and I'm interviewing Elena Cortesi, who's a rising star in the travel industry. She is with the travel agent next door, and more specifically, Wired for Travel. But this is her second round in the travel biz. She joined a tour operator out of university, and tell me what that was like, and what's the difference between what travel trends then were like and what they are like now.
So right out of university, I worked for a company called Alba Tours and then Sunquest Vacations. Completely different ball game, and this was also in the '90s, so like quite a long time ago. Travel trends back then, and again, I was also a different perspective because it was wholesale versus retail, which is what I'm doing now, which is selling travel. Uh, the Caribbean was a big plus, and
Mm-hmm.
specifically, it's very kind of limited to like Mexico, Cuba. Those were the big hot spots back then. And as far as our specific tour operator, Europe was big, but very standard kind of places. When I mean standard, things that are more popular now, like Italy, the UK maybe, and that's pretty much it. Now it's a whole new world, meaning that there's so many more options and people are exploring a lot of different things. So definitely people are more adventurous, people are more aware of all the different things that are out there. So I would say that there's definitely, and people are just traveling more too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's changed quite a bit, and we're also talking about 3 decades
Of
too.
course,
So right,
of course,
yeah,
things change.
yeah.
Now, I'm sure back then it wasn't a topic of conversation at all, but nowadays, sustainability in travel seems to be on everybody's lips. What exactly is that, and do you think it's important?
So for me, sustainability means travel with a purpose. So
Mm.
it's not just seeing doing the photo ops, like the Eiffel Tower or Vatican, the church, and having it in the background. It's also really being immersed into the culture of the various places where you go,
Right.
and also being aware of the different cultures and how we can travel and also help the different places that we go to, like the small towns, and actually, focus on local businesses, local restaurants, instead of just going to the big canned sort of places. All they're important, but sustainability to me means again it has to have a
Of
purpose.
course, of course.
Yeah,
So let's zero back in on you for a second.
sure.
You have any FAMs or familiarization trips coming up that either you're participating in, even maybe organizing yourself?
Yeah, so I'm going on a couple. So I'm home for most of the summer, which is kind of odd.
Nice.
But at the end of the summer, I'm doing a FAM organized by ACTA, that also and Sandals co-hosted in Jamaica. I my personal focus is luxury travel. So Sandals is a luxury brand, and although it's historically like it's been around forever, I'm not super familiar with it. So I really want to understand it, and that's the best way to understand a product. And then in the fall, I'm actually conducting my own FAM, which is a pet project of mine,
Yay.
which is to Italy, which is again my baby.
Very
I
nice.
love it. It's my origin, and I'm doing something off the beaten path and taking a group of travel advisors there in the fall in October, and then I also have the privilege of attending another ACTA summit. Um, to see the Christmas markets in November with ACTA again, on an Avalon River cruise.
Oh wow, that sounds nice.
Yes,
That
yes.
sounds
So
nice.
I'm really excited about those.
So obviously you love this industry. This is
Love
your
it.
second round,
Hmm.
but I'm sure, like every business, every industry, there's something that you would change, or that you might alter slightly just to make it better, more efficient, better for the customers. Is there something that maybe pops into your head when I say that?
Yeah. So last year I had the privilege of going on a fam actually with Colette, and I was randomly sitting beside this woman, and she mentioned how in Switzerland, as an example, travel advisors are seen as true professionals,
Mm.
just like what we would consider, like for example, a plumber or an electrician or a mechanic. That they specify like they're masters of their craft. So I feel that we're getting better at it, but we're not quite there yet. And in countries like Switzerland, it's mandated that to work with a travel advisor, there's a mandatory fee involved. I don't think that sometimes people realize how much knowledge and how much power and how much more we can contribute as travel advisors to give them a better experience. They just look sometimes at the bottom line, which is, I can book that myself online, but there's so much information that they're not privy to and that Google doesn't give them, right? That we possess. So what I would love to see in the travel industry is something like that that's actually mandated by the government, that allows us to charge professional fees because it's better for everyone involved. It's better for the tour operators, it's better for and most importantly, it's better to give the travelers a better end experience because of all the benefits and add-ons and stuff that we have access to, either personally from our own personal experience or through our suppliers, which are like so pivotal into planning a trip when we partner with our suppliers, because they're fountains of information. And so I would love to see that be something that can change down the road, which will benefit everybody.
Well, if the right people are listening, who knows? Maybe step one has been taken.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, David.
It's been very educational.
Thank you.
Lots of fun.
Yes.
So this is David Cortesi for PAX News, and we'll have more coming up in the next interview. Stay tuned.
Bye.